Hi, and welcome to Fluenz German. I hope you are as excited as I am to set out on this journey through a wonderfully complex and rich language. As I said in the general introduction, I will be doing the introductions and conclusions in every session, while native German speaker Nora Natz actually explains the language in the tutorials. She'll be the main tutor, while I hope to provide the learner's perspective in the introductions and conclusions. Over the years, I've led the development of the Fluenz learning system, and I've been the main tutor for most of the languages we teach. I'm also one of the company's founders. My contribution to Fluenz German has been to help structure the program from the point of view of someone who is learning the language, pointing out which explanations made the most sense, making sure we weren't too fast or too slow, and trying to organize the learning in such a way that it helped an English speaker gain fluency faster. In other words, over the last several months, I've put myself where you are, and by opening and closing every session, I'll be with you throughout this journey. And yes, German is hard to learn. I tell you this from my own experience trying to learn it. But I can also say that we've worked as hard as anyone to make sense of it for English speakers. We have found the structures that are most familiar, and we've created a path that introduces them in the most efficient way, without losing sight of what makes German wonderful. As you'll soon see, German is a fascinating puzzle that tells us much about logic, meaning, and language itself. As in every other Fluenz program, we'll start with what's most useful and relevant to everyday conversations. And as you complete more sessions, you'll see how your range of expression expands. We'll truly be taking this journey together, learning the language side by side, facing and overcoming the same challenges, and discovering more and more about the culture each step of the way. One last note. Stop by the Fluenz Commons to participate and get additional resources for your learning. Deutsch, here we come.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, ich bin Claudia Schmidt. Und Sie?
Ich bin Isabella Pinto.
Und ist das Niklas?
Nein, das ist nicht Niklas. Das ist Oliver.
Wie geht's Ihnen?
Gut. Und Ihnen? Wie geht es Ihnen?
Sehr gut, danke.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, ich bin Claudia Schmidt. Und Sie?
Ich bin Isabella Pinto.
Und ist das Niklas?
Nein, das ist nicht Niklas. Das ist Oliver.
Wie geht's Ihnen?
Gut. Und Ihnen? Wie geht es Ihnen?
Sehr gut, danke.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, ich bin Claudia Schmidt. Und Sie?
Ich bin Isabella Pinto.
Und ist das Niklas?
Nein, das ist nicht Niklas. Das ist Oliver.
Wie geht's Ihnen?
Gut. Und Ihnen? Wie geht es Ihnen?
Sehr gut, danke. Welcome to the first session of Fluenz German. Are you excited? Well, we are. Everyone at the Fluenz Lab is very happy you went for it and opened the red box. Today, you'll learn how to say hello and to introduce yourself. Let's get going. Isabella spoke first. Guten Tag. meaning good day or hello. Guten Tag. Pay attention to how G is pronounced. Generally, you say it the same way as in English. G. Guten. Except at the end of a word where it sounds more like a K. Tag. Another thing, in German, the U is pronounced U. A bit like in boot, but shorter. Guten. All right, let's move on. Claudia answered, Guten Tag. Ich bin Claudia Schmidt. Und Sie? Guten Tag. Hello. Ich bin Claudia Schmidt. Literally, I am Claudia Schmidt. Und Sie? And you? So, ich bin Claudia Schmidt. Ich is I. CH sounds a bit like English SH, but instead of rounding your lips, as in show, you pronounce it with the lips stretched. Ich. One trick to keep the back of your tongue up. Come on, repeat it with me. Ich. Ich bin. I am. So, ich bin Claudia Schmidt. I am Claudia Schmidt. Und Sie? And you? Und is and. And Sie is the formal form of you. It is used to address someone you don't know. In stores, restaurants, and taxis, this is the form of you you'll hear. Und Sie? Notice the capital S. We'll explain why it is capitalized later. So we have ich, I, and Sie, you. Ich bin, I am, and you are is Sie sind. Great. Isabella answered, Ich bin Isabella Pinto. I am Isabella Pinto. Claudia asked, Und ist das Niklas? Das means that. So, and is that Niklas? So you can say, Das ist, that is. Good. So far we have Ich bin, I am. Sie sind, you are. And das ist, that is. Okay, let's see how you say he or she is. It's the same verb form we saw with das. Er ist, he is. And sie ist she is. Sie ist. Now we just learned how to say you. Remember? It's also sie. You are is Sie sind. You use it to address a single person or several. Keep in mind that both she and you in German are translated as sie. But they take different verb forms, ist and sind. Also, whenever it means you will write sie with a capital S, even in the middle of a phrase, where you wouldn't capitalize another pronoun. So you'd write, sind Sie Isabella? Are you Isabella? To sum up, ich bin. Sie sind. Er ist. Sie ist. And to introduce someone, das ist. That is. Okay. One last note. There are several ways to pronounce the letter S. If S is followed by a vowel, you pronounce it like the Z in the word lazy. Sie. Sind. Can you hear it? But if it's followed by a consonant or is at the end of a word, then it has the sound S. Das ist Niklas. Back to our dialogue. Und ist das Niklas? Nein, das ist nicht Niklas. Nein. No. EI sounds like I in English. Think of the number 9. It has the same sound. And the opposite of nein, ja. J in German always pronounced like English Y. Ja. There was another new word in the sentence. Nicht. Not. Generally, you negate by putting nicht after to be. Nein, das ist nicht Niklas. No, that's not Niklas. Or in questions, just after the subject. Ist das nicht Niklas? Is that not Niklas? Makes sense, huh? So, nein, das ist nicht Niklas. No, that's not Niklas. Das ist Oliver. That's Oliver. Claudia then said, Wie geht's Ihnen? Literally, it means, how is it going to you? Meaning, how are you? This structure is hard to explain. So for now, just learn the whole expression. Wie geht's Ihnen? How are you? Okay. Forming questions in German is similar to English. The verb comes first, or just after the question word. We saw examples of both types. Ist das Niklas? Is that Niklas? Wie geht's Ihnen? How are you? Wie. How. Notice that the W is always pronounced like a V. Wie. Moving on. Isabella answered, Gut. Und Ihnen? Wie geht's Ihnen? Fine. And you? How are you? So again, watch out. In this expression, wie geht's? You is translated as Ihnen. In all other contexts, you is Sie. Okay. Gut. Und Ihnen? Wie geht's Ihnen? Claudia answered, Sehr gut. Danke. Very well. Thanks. So we've seen 3 translations of gut. Depending on the context, it means good, fine, or well. Alright, what about Sehr. It means very. So, sehr gut, very well. The H is silent. And to finish off, danke is thanks or thank you. Danke. Sehr gut. Danke. And that's all for today. Just one last note. One principle of German pronunciation is that, with the exception of H, you generally pronounce every letter in a word. For instance, Claudia becomes Claudia in German. See how you hear every single letter? Great! Not bad for a first session. Now it's time for the most important part, the workouts. You need to practice to make it stick. So get right to it.
Guten Tag. Wie geht's Ihnen? Gut. Sehr gut. Danke. Ich, Sie, er, sie und ich bin, Sie sind, er ist, sie ist, das ist, wie, nicht, ja, nein und das. Guten Tag. Wie geht's Ihnen? Gut. Sehr gut. Danke. Ich, Sie, er, sie und ich bin, Sie sind, er ist, sie ist, das ist, wie, nicht, ja, nein und das. Ich bin Claudia und Sie? Guten Tag. Ich bin Claudia und Sie? Guten Tag. Ich bin Claudia und Sie? Sind Sie Niklas? Guten Tag. Ich bin Claudia. Das ist Isabella und das ist Niklas. Guten Tag. Guten Tag, Isabella. Wie geht's Ihnen? Guten Tag, Isabella. Wie geht's Ihnen? Und Oliver? Wie geht's Ihnen? Guten Tag, Isabella. Wie geht's Ihnen? Und Oliver? Wie geht's Ihnen? Nicht sehr gut. Und Ihnen? Wie geht's Ihnen?
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, ich bin Claudia Schmidt. Und Sie?
Ich bin Isabella Pinto.
Und ist das Niklas?
Nein, das ist nicht Niklas. Das ist Oliver.
Wie geht's Ihnen?
Gut. Und Ihnen? Wie geht es Ihnen?
Sehr gut, danke.
Guten Tag, Isabella. Ich bin Claudia. Guten Tag, Claudia. Wie geht's Ihnen? Guten Tag, ist das Claudia? Guten Tag, sind Sie Claudia? Guten Tag, ist das nicht Niklas? Nein, ich bin nicht Oliver. Ich bin Niklas. Ja, das ist Oliver. Das ist nicht Niklas. Ich bin Claudia und das ist Oliver, nicht Niklas. Das ist Isabella und das ist Niklas, nicht Oliver. Sie sind Isabella und das ist Claudia. Wie geht's Ihnen? Ich bin Claudia Schmidt. Guten Tag, ich bin Oliver. Und Sie? Sind Sie Claudia? Sehr gut, danke. Und Ihnen? Wie geht's Ihnen? Guten Tag, ich bin Niklas und das ist Claudia. Guten Tag, Niklas. Wie geht's Ihnen? Gut?
Well done! You've survived your first session of Fluenz German. And now we're ready to continue our journey step by step and side by side. One of the first things I found in my own learning was how hard German spelling is, especially as you start seeing longer words and more complex vocabulary. What will make this easier, though, is that unlike English or French, you pronounce every letter in German. It's also useful to remember that we're not the only ones that struggle with spelling. Germans themselves have spelling discrepancies. This is because the German states were not unified as a single country until 1871, and then the country was divided in two for a good part of the 20th century. All of which means that different spellings of the same words continue to this day, although a government campaign to unify spelling has made much headway in recent years, just as we hope to make headway with our own efforts. I can assure you that the Fluenz writing workouts will help you with that. Next session, we'll work on expanding our vocabulary in my favorite location for language learning, the restaurant. I'm looking forward to ordering some German coffee. In the meantime, I hope to see you at the Fluenz Commons. Tschüss!